Hi everyone, welcome to this video. Today we're gonna look at some more books, a book haul if you will, or all the new books we have in our library, all the new additions. I will show you in today's video. I also want to give you little updates on which books I'm reading. Today I finished Vanished Birds and I'm going to be reading Joe Abercrombie's The Blade itself next. Finally starting this author. I hope it's gonna be good because I know not everyone liked his writing style. Anyway, back to the video. I'm gonna show you all the books based on the genres. First we have fantasy. The first book I want to show you is Sabriel by Garth Nix. This is a classic in the fantasy genre and it's not adult, it's like young adult. However, people who read adult fantasy and read this for the first time do like it, and I decided I also want to read it because I have never read it before. I never heard about the story, and honestly just the covers alone I was really pulled in. I was really tempted to get this. Love these old school covers, so wish me luck. I will actually like this. My hopes are high, and let me know if you read this as a child or as a teen, because I didn't, and I'm curious if it's your favorite and you are nostalgic about it. We also have new fantasy slash retellings, and the first one is, as I mentioned in my last video, The Bright Sword. So this is retelling and story of Arthurian legend. It has almost 700 pages. I really enjoyed the minimalistic cover. That definitely drew me in. Chunky book, minimalistic cover, I couldn't say no. So I decided to grab it once this small paperback version was available. I'm not sure when I'm gonna get to it. I still didn't read the original Arthurian stories, the ones in Future King. I wanted to read that first before this. But if I'm gonna pull it from TBR, I'm gonna read it. So we will see which one I will go and read first. Another retelling I have here is secondhand. It is Morgan Is My Name. I heard really good things about it by a few people I saw on Bookstagram. And this is obviously also kind of from the Arthurian legend. We have characters like Merlin and Morgan. It's a retelling of her side of the story, I guess. And I know there's a second book, and I guess it's gonna be a trilogy. So that is interesting that it's such a long story. I only saw some old TV show, maybe some movie about Arthurian legend or Merlin, and I don't remember much about the characters or the story, so I might be surprised even more. I'm curious if you also recommend it if you've read it. Next, from the fantasy genre, a classic, which in a whole video I didn't show you yet, that yes, we do have the whole Wheel of Time series right now. Obviously the prequel, New Spring, is in the last box set because you're supposed to read it last. If you decide to read it first, you're gonna be spoiled. Do not read it first. However, the spine is matching as it being a prequel, so at the start of the books, so that is nice because it would be irritating otherwise. Next, I have An Echo of Things to Come from James Islington. We don't have the first book, we're gonna buy the first and third book as well, but we have found this secondhand. We grabbed it for a good price. That's what you do. It's a little bit floppy, amazing. And another secondhand book I have from a series is The Wisdom of Crowds, which is the third book from Joe Abercrombie's second series after First Law. It's from the same world. Anyway, this is not the first book. I don't have the others yet. Grabbed it for good price, good condition. I'm just gonna read his book now. Wish me luck that I will end up liking it. As you can see, I'm buying more of his book anyway. That's a trait I still need to work on, but oh well. The last book I'm very excited to show you is a popular one. A lot of people got this book and showed it, and it was everywhere. We do not subscribe to any of the book loot boxes. I don't like it. I'm just gonna go and take my money and buy whatever book I actually want. I personally am not interested in these boxes. However, this one book, my husband was interested in the book itself, and we have seen a book secondhand. It had a little bit of tear in the dust jacket and it was a lot of money, so we were like, no, we're good. After it was sold out, a few days later, there was another of this special edition book in pristine condition and for much less, for like a great price for a beautiful hardcover. So we decided, okay, why not? Is it gonna match with the second book because it's a series? I guess not. We ended up getting it anyway, and it's A Song of Legends Lost. Absolutely beautiful book. We don't do special editions, and we have close to none sprayed edges. I don't really care about it. I care about the books, the content, but I do admit that this is a beautiful book. Sprayed edges, gold foiling, beautiful art. And my favorite part, probably generally also when I see these special editions online, it's not the sprayed edges or the cover a lot of times, but the book without the dust jacket. And it is true for this as well. It's very beautiful. It's not foiled, or maybe it is, well, it's hard to describe. It is like glossy finish on some parts. It's all black, but it's absolutely stunning details. The back of the book is also cute. I actually love how simple it is, simple but intricate at the same time. So yeah, we have this book. Really hope we're gonna like it, at least one of us, but it's fine because it was normal price for hardcovers, and actually I have some paperbacks that I paid more for. Pretty happy for this purchase, and actually surprised that we managed to get it here because we're not English speaking country, and I had no idea people here bought Ilmigrate, so that is interesting. And I might be looking out for more of these editions secondhand for good price and just pick the ones I actually want. Thank you to the person who did this book. Next section we're going for is sci-fi, of course. First one I have here is Sea of Tranquility by Emily St. John Mandel. I do have Station 11 by her as well. Didn't read it yet. Also want to read this one. I've seen some good reviews, and I think it's maybe like something between sci-fi and literary fiction, maybe. I think I like this cover the most, so I got this one. Also, it has very interesting texture. I cannot describe it. I think my third step back cover. I still don't like them, but I can live with it. Gonna check it out eventually. I also have Semiosis with a permanent sticker on the cover. This is actually a series, I think maybe a trilogy. And yeah, some planet with some alien plants. I like First Contact or aliens interacting with humans for the first time, discovering new planets, exploring, and then maybe being a little philosophical while we're at it. Wanna check it out. Another that should be a standalone is City. That's literally the name, just City, by this author who also have many other sci-fi stories. I have to start reading him as well, so this is the first one I picked up. There's an ant on the cover. I like weird stories with insects. That is the reason why I picked it up. I also read some great reviews, and it is like classic sci-fi story, so here I am for it. Also not very long. I also discovered this new author for me, who is also a translator. It's a standalone sci-fi novel, not long, very short actually for me. Toward Eternity. I love standalone sci-fi that is not space opera. You win me with this. I really wanted to have this. And it is a story where a new therapy potentially can eradicate cancer, replacing body cells. There's also some AI, some poetry, and someone mysteriously vanishes. Some plot points if you want. Really happy to have this. The last for sci-fi, I have a chunky, thick book, because this one has 1300 pages. Do not worry, because it's actually a collection of a trilogy. So like I have the Three Body Problem trilogy in one book. This is also Brian Aldiss Heliconia, all three stories, 3 parts of the story in one. So we have like Heliconia Spring, Heliconia Winter, and those are like separate books. And this is all in one, that's why it's so big. I will not be reading it all at once. I will read it as separate books. But it's very exciting. This book is actually heavy, I'm gonna put it down. I've read some good things. I have read some bad reviews. If you hear a noise, by the way, that's the cat eating food in the background, I'm sorry. I've heard some people complain that it was just boring and nothing happens, but if the setting is like, once again, alien planet, and we're just exploring new life, new planet, new things, new physics, maybe, I don't know. I'm in. It sounds interesting. Like, show me what concepts do you have in head, what new things, exciting ideas. That's what sci-fi is about. Sometimes it's a little boring, but it's not. I don't like that thinking. Like, sci-fi doesn't have to be like all space opera. And my favorite thing when I was a child was probably Star Wars. I love that. It has a place. That's one corner. And then there's this other type of sci-fi that now I appreciate a little bit more. That's what I crave. That's why I am pulled towards. Not the space opera anymore so much. Just once in a while. And this more boring, more philosophical, more sentimental stuff is what I'm craving. That's why I picked these books. I do like Becky Chambers and Sixteen. Talking about the man himself, of course I have another book by him by now, and it is Ball Lightning. I wanted to buy this and maybe read it next by this author, as it is kind of a prequel to Three Body Problem. It's very loosely connected. I do have Three Body Problem as a big chunky hardcover, and I saw this hardcover for really good price. I decided to grab it. I'm very happy about it. I'm happy I have the hardcover. Now I'm kinda maybe committed to hardcovers of this author. That is kinda scary, but we will see. Speaking of hardcovers, I have a very unique one, and that is Chonge Para by Chon Song. 1000 Blues. It's a sci-fi, but from the vibes I'm getting, it is literary fiction / sci-fi, so also a little bit philosophical, maybe contemplative, this kind of vibe, which I do like. I do like that, so I'm here for it. Very striking cover, really punches you in the eyes, but honestly beautiful. It kinda makes me want to grab Automatic Noodles, which I read in September, because I think these two would match very well on the shelf. Not sure I already showed you A Closed and Common Orbit by Becky Chambers, but I do have it, as well as the Record of a Spaceborne Few. So now I have 3 of these 4 book series. I'm not sure if that's it or there's gonna be even more, but I have 3 out of the 4. I love me some Becky Chambers. Next section we're gonna talk about. All of these have some other genre, but they have horror elements. Of course, the first one is Grave Empire by none other than Richard Swan. I loved the Empire of the Wolf trilogy. Really enjoyed that one, especially the second and the third book. I finally have this copy. I was waiting pretty much a year for this smaller paperback version. I have it now, and I think I'm gonna read it through Christmas holidays. Wish me luck. I really love these covers, also from the second book. That is really epic, and highly recommend this author. Go check him out. Next book I have is Gorse, which I've been pulled by ever since I've seen the cover. I don't know why. There's a lot of birds on covers and schools, but this one was unique and it was calling to me, so I got it. I was really hesitant getting the hardcover. Eventually I was so indecisive by the time I decided the paperback was available, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna grab the paperback. So now I have the paperback version. It's not a long book. I have heard some good things. Not everyone was into it. It was boring for some people, but I've read really good reviews. Really solid book, and it's this gothic horror. What I want is this atmosphere, vibes. I apologize if you hear thumps and sounds, crazy neighbors upstairs, literally nothing I can do about it. I apologize. That is life sometimes. Anyway, we have more. One of the newest books on my shelves is Once Was Willem, which I've seen on Bookstagram community a lot when it came out. Now I have this, again, smaller paperback. Also, just looking at the cover, it's really inviting me in. Medieval horror. I want this to be atmospheric, to pull me in, walk the streets in medieval times, not great times, and see whatever horror this book is hiding. Let me know. I want to hear your opinion on this one. Last few months I've been all over secondhand books, and I love it that I can finally see books in the genres and specific books that I actually want to read in English online secondhand, because the variety and the books that were available, the available books in the past in English in the genre I care about, they were very sparse, and now it's way easier to get them. That is amazing, because I don't need all new brand new books when the secondhand books look pretty good for a better price. I'm all in. Another small section is historical fiction. What I have here is Wolf Hall by Hilary Mantel. I think this is very well known in the historical fiction genre. So this is the first book from a book series. Very floppy. Fight me on this. I enjoy floppy books kinda when they are a little bit floppy and it's enjoyable, but I hate when books are way too floppy. And this is an example. What is this? Yes, it's comfortable like this, but the book just refuses to hold any shape. I'm not the biggest fan of extra flop books. But yeah, secondhand book looks fine. I'm not really sure what to expect, but I want to delve into this genre. Maybe give me some recommendations. I will go check them out. I have some more books I might add to my TBR. And of course, there's more secondhand books, so I grabbed the second book in the series. Bring Up the Bodies. Yes. These are not the same height. What can you do? I wasn't sure they're not, but I just really enjoy this cover. It's golden and it's really striking. The name of the book with this cover, I really want to know what's going on. The last 5 books I have for you, we're gonna put them in the genre of Miscellaneous, everybody's favorite, young elsewhere. This is the book of short stories. That's all I know. The cover, you really can't look elsewhere. It's very bright. There's just single flower. It is the first short story book of the short stories I want to collect. This one I knew I want to have in the collection. Literally, I have nothing to tell about this one. I don't know. We're gonna check it out later. Then we have The Art of War and other classics, Eastern philosophy that I got for my husband because he wanted this book, and this edition is stunning. Also, actually, secondhand for a really good price. Just look at it. Really belongs in a library. Golden Ages. Great spine. I love that spine. That's it from me. Sorry for the yelling neighbors. When we're talking about Golden Ages, I also have one book with Golden Ages now, and that is this tiny little copy of On the Origin of Species, whatever you pronounce it like, by Charles Darwin. We all know him, not all love him, but here it is. Not 100% of this book is probably on point, simply because it is science, and as we all know, or most of us know, science is not 100%. It is something that is always evolving as we are and as we gain more knowledge. But simply just having this book, I'm not sure I'm gonna read it ever, like all of it, maybe just like browse through it a little bit, but just having it on my shelf, as I love nature, prehistory nature and evolution, it was a must-have, and I absolutely love this copy. A non-fiction that I've been eyeing, and it was a sale. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it, and I got it even though it's the tall one again, and it's Infinite Life by Jules Howard, a non-fiction about eggs. Eggs, yes, about life, and life needs eggs because none of us would be here without eggs. Evolution of the egg, the cover, the black with the blue turquoise eggs, striking. Last but not least, of course, we have at least one classic, and it is War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. Most of us, all of us, learned about this in school. I don't remember much, honestly, because obviously we didn't read it. It's a long-ass book. If you've read it, congratulations. I'm excited to read Monte Cristo, but honestly, this one definitely intimidates me. It has the smallest font I've ever seen, and the books I read most of the time don't have big fonts. But this book, this book, excuse me? It's already intimidating, and seeing the font, I just knocked out. I don't think I'll pick this up ever, unless I get it from the TBR jar. So good thing I have that jar, and it's a possibility. It's again this version, which was very, very dirt cheap, brand new, great, accessible, important literature that I will one day read. Not today, not tomorrow, not this year, I know that for sure. Actually, I was lying, it's not 5 books in Miscellaneous, it's 6, because we have Shy Creatures by Clara Chambers. Never read anything from this author. I like the cover, it's a literary fiction. Sometimes I want to grab some literary fiction. There's also this cute cover, so there's 2 cute covers. I have this blue one. Please let me know if you read this book. I'm excited to read absolutely random books sometimes, and this is one of those. Hashtag bought it because of the cover and the name. I like the name because I am a shy creature, a shy introvert. Thank you for watching this video, seeing all these books, being excited with me. I'm very excited. Maybe I inspired you to pick some of these books you never saw before, or I reminded you of some books you wanted to pick up. I think I didn't read any of those that I showed you, and I need to correct that. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna read more books right now. I'm gonna pick up Joe Abercrombie, as I said. Wish me luck. It's Sunday evening. I wish you a great rest of the day and rest of the week. Productive, happy week. I can't wait for Christmas. Right now it's the last day of November, and I'm gonna have 3 weeks off through the Christmas holidays. I hope you also get some rest. And in January, I know I plan of ranking all of the books I have read in the last 2 years as an active reader. If you are interested, are all my rankings, the good, the bad, the ugly. There have been some. Stay tuned, subscribe to the channel. I'm happy to be here, to be buying books and reading books, and I would also love any recommendations from you guys in any of those categories I've shown you. Maybe except classics, maybe not all non-fiction too, because I'm picky in those. I'm thankful for every view, like and comment. Thank you for watching. I hope you had a great time like I did, and I hope I see you next time as well. I'm way more active on Instagram, so go check it out and follow me, and I'll probably follow you if we have at least a little bit similar taste in books. And yeah, stay tuned for another video. See you next time, and don't forget to keep reading books.